Hey everyone, it is officially the day after Polish and Beauty Expo, and Grandma and I had an absolute blast. I didn't film much this year at the expo, but what I did film, I will roll now, and then we'll talk about the haul.
We just got to PBE.
So this is kind of what it looks like when you step into PBE. There are people everywhere looking to buy all the things. And every once in a while there'll be a pocket created. During the time that I was filming these, everybody was mostly near the raffle booth. So it looks a little bit skewed, but I tried to get a good sweep from every corner of the room so you could kind of see what the layout's like. But there are so many beautiful polishes to look at. These are Prism Parade, and we've got the atomic polishes here. So pretty, some bright, beautiful neons for summer. We've got the 1422 Designs booth. While I didn't take video of everyone's booth, I just wanted to get a little bit of video as to what it looks like at the booths. This is Rogue Lacquer's booth. You know I had to stop and pick up a few things from there. Here is Zombie Claw, another amazing brand. Literally everybody that attends the show is incredible. We've got a sweet and sour lacquer here with so many goodies. Here's the Pride Trio, really cute. And then there were some other kinds of handmade goods, which is always fun to see. So some really beautiful soap bars at this booth. Really wanted to show the Botanique by Monet booth. Just so many cute handcrafted items, as well as Waboos. Waboos did recently rename or rebrand. And here's Glistening Glow and Cupcake Polishes booth, as well as Kathleen & Co. At the end, I grabbed a few little shots there. Some really pretty polishes. This classic Cars collection just has the most beautiful color story. I love this so much, but lots of cute things. There were some special polishes for the show. Here we've got the Magnetics of the Month, and here are the show exclusives. So like I said, I didn't really get to film much this year. We were about an hour late, and there's only a few hours to shop anyhow. So I just was mostly focusing on shopping, and of course, Grandma and I had an absolute blast picking out all kinds of goodies. But now we can talk about this massive haul. Altogether, this is a combination of mine and Grandma's stuff, so there's definitely a lot here. Being that there's over 100 polishes here, as well as a ton of other items, I just feel like going through each and every one of them would take so long. We did end up going to Rogue Lacquer. We went to Lurid Lacquer. We went to the Polish pickup booth, as well as to Jen and Berries. We went to Sweet and Sour Lacquer, Cupcake Polish. We went to 1422 Designs, Beau Rev's Lacquer. We went to Pie Colors. I think I mentioned Sweet and Sour Lacquer and Jen and Berries, but we also went to that polish pickup table, which was a huge line of polishes. I ended up picking up ones that I had missed, or ones that I hadn't really thought that the swatches did them justice, but seeing them in person, I had to pick up so many beauties. One of them being a polish that I missed out in the past, so glad to grab that. But we did end up going to Monarch Lacquer, Lurid Lacquer. I think I mentioned those. We went to KB Shimmer, got a bunch of goodies from Bygone Apothecary. I really love their stuff, so I go there every year. We did also pick up some of the KB Shimmer scrubs. This one's Grandma's, these two are mine, and then I got some more of the Restore drops, which I really needed. Got a couple cuticle oils, got some acetone additive. This like makes your acetone less harsh on your nails, which is kind of cool. Grandma got another glass nail file. We got some stickers, a little nail file, some different kinds of magnets. There were some chrome powders, and one of the cutest things, this is a rattling nail polish. It is a shifty colored type of bottle. And then this is like a little 3D printed nail polish rattle that goes on your keys. So this is super cute. But again, going through each one of these polishes, I feel like I would need to take another video and just run through them really quickly. If there is interest in that, let me know down below. I would be willing to do that, but it would be a quick, non-descriptive, just naming the polish, showing the polish type of video. There's just so many here, but a lot of really pretty shifts, shimmers, and flakes to be seen. So if that's something you're kind of interested in, I would be willing to do that. But there are some swag bags we grabbed as well, and there were a bunch of little reusable bags that the polishes came in, or were the shopping bags. This one was from Red Eyed Lacquer. I absolutely love the little froglet bag, a hollow bag, and then we got one from KB Shimmer. I got one last year, so I'm going to give this one to Grandma, but it's the duochrome look, like purple to blue, and then it's got a little bit of a pink shift there on the extreme angle. It's just super pretty bag. It's a drawstring. So these ones you can get from KB Shimmer. Again, I got one last year, so I think I'm giving this one to Grandma. Super pretty. We each got one of these beautiful iridescent lurid lacquer bags. I was super excited lurid was there. It was a brand that we haven't seen there before, so it was the first table I absolutely had to go and see. And then here are a couple other fun bags we picked up along the way. We got this beautiful emerald bag, and then we also got another hollow bag. This one's a little bit bigger. I usually like to go through my swag bags with y'all and show you each and every polish. Honestly, with everything that's been going on lately, I am just exhausted after the show. But again, I would love to show you all of this in another video. This is more about the experience. I think I'm going to do a polish video to show you each and every item, but just not today. I feel like this year was definitely very different. We had a lot of vendors that didn't end up coming. I feel like Colorista Carol was supposed to be there. She wasn't there. BCB had a emergency. They couldn't come. I don't think Dom was there this year, which also was a bummer. I love seeing them every year. There was some new people there this year, though, so that was also really cool. It was really good to see lurid lacquer and pie colors, really juicy brands. So super excited for all of my goodies and really excited for all of the new people and brands we got to see this year. Of course, attendance keeps growing each year, which is super exciting. More people to share the love of polish with each year. However, strolling in a little bit late this year, I didn't have as much time to talk to everybody, but I did manage to capture some pics with some other fellow YouTubers and such, some good swatchers. So I will pop those up here on the screen for you. You might see some familiar faces. I feel like this year's video is definitely not as cohesive or put together as years past. I can leave my last year's video, which I felt like was a pretty good one, for a little bit more of what the experience is like. And then I have a video from my first year, which is pretty old at this point, but still relevant if you want some more insight as to what the expo is about. There are a couple people that I usually like to talk to each year that I didn't have time to run into. I saw Hillary out and about for Mediocre Manny's, but I didn't really have time to jump out of line and go say hi to her, but really love speaking to her each year. And also Latanya, I absolutely love her. She really brings the energy to the party. And I did see her across the room, but again, I just didn't have the time. She was there for a second and then gone, and then I didn't see her again. But some of y'all may be familiar with her from Instagram and her live swatch and play type of videos. She's an absolute hoot. But yeah, it's just such a great time, and I'm just so exhausted, honestly, as I just lay here on the floor and reminisce of my few hours at PBE yesterday. I just felt like it was here really quickly, gone really quickly, and it just felt a little bit different than years past. But yeah, PBE is a blast. I'm glad we went again this year. Be looking forward to the up close and personal video with the polishes. I do plan on sharing them. It's just gonna take a minute and it's gonna take a minute to edit, but they are all beautiful, so I definitely want to share them. So that's it for this one. We'll consider this a preview to the haul, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.